think is a problem to me is because I will reference it when we, on the Lords of Logic, discuss might is right. And I have advised that you attempt to read that book because you pretty much will just be right at the center, smack down at the center of that philosophy when we start to pry into it. All right. But in a moment, I'll share with you what I think is a problem. And I don't know whether we think it's a problem. Okay. But I'll share that with you in a moment. So that's one. Two, Lagos, Nigeria. We don't got a problem, but maybe we do. Maybe we do. Okay, so today on Open Thought Tuesday, look, I don't think it's controversial. Any more controversial than I don't know, any more controversial than yesterday's conversation. But someone came on social media and blasted a telecoms company. They gave reasons why they thought their data was being stolen by the telecoms provider. Now, I must say that a handful of Nigerians have been murmuring that. They've been saying it. But, I guess nobody's taking anybody seriously these days, except when you talk about Lagos. Okay. So I'm going to go on Threads today and share with you what this person posted. The person wrote their piece, tagged the telecoms company, and the telecoms company responded. So I'll share with you that particular thread. Only, I think it was last week and a half, my former colleague, Dio to the TUN, Dotun, was on social media complaining that his data was being stolen. I'm thinking, wait, maybe something is really happening here. Now, let me tell you why I don't have an account. I don't check. So, I'm really trying to keep my blood pressure down. I don't check. Maybe I should start checking. I have no accusations just yet, but maybe I should. While I was on vacation, I thought I noticed something happen. But then again, you know what happens when you roam? I don't remember roaming because when I just got there, I got a SIM card. But I just noticed that something happened. I didn't care. I was on holiday. I wasn't about to just suffer or I didn't want any troubles. I went after none. I didn't react to any just so that it's a holiday. Okay, good. So I'll share with you that thread and then you can tell me what you think about it. And then we have to go into our divorce series. And today on our divorce series, I'm asking you, do you think there's a benefit to getting married late? And that late, quote unquote. Now, we have to first of all define what late is and who instituted this definition or benchmark for late. Okay, so let's assume that there is something by way of our social construction regarded as late. Good. Is there a benefit to late marriage? Think about it, maybe even slowly. All factors considered. Yes, when I say all factors considered, I'm asking you because if I leave you, you may just have a singular view to, oh, late marriage, is there any benefit? No, or yes, I don't know. But I'm just saying that you have to consider the factors that may inform early marriage, factors that inform late marriage, factors that inform divorces, factors that inform separation, factors that inform a loving union, the union where you're happy to be married, and the factors that inform, yeah, I'm married, I wish I could be single. Yeah. And every day there's some marriages where you're dying, but you can't tell anybody because you barely even admit it to yourself. Good. So in that moment, when that time comes, you will be speaking on if you think that there is any benefit to late marriage. I want to thank you so much again for joining Nigeria Info. You are on the sunny side. My name's Joyce. We're going to quickly go from a very, very short break. Well, I think you should hear. This is Two Cellos, the theme song for the movie The Gladiators. It's titled Now That We Are Free. You are. I hope you can act it. We'll be right back. My name's Joyce.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
All right, so here is the apology from the copper. She says, I want to first of all state that I'm sorry to people who were born and raised in Lagos State. If you feel offended by what I said, I'm sorry. But as a visitor here, I could tell that there was a difference in the atmosphere and quality of air here. If the way that I put it triggered your emotions and the love for your birth state, I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to talk down on your state. Okay, now she said a little bit more, but, you know, I think we can just focus on that because really that's the part that is related to our conversation this afternoon. Once again, I say welcome to you. Welcome one, welcome all to the sunny side. My name's Joyce, and so I guess that people who are either supporters of an administration or this administration or those who were born here, a few of them or a handful of them felt a certain way about Lagos smells. Okay, and now she has apologized. All right, so now let's look at that psychologically. And I just want to present to you a perspective, and then I'll just quickly open up the telephone lines to get your reaction to it. Do you remember? Well, I don't know if you were aware of it, but this is me going to assume that you weren't aware, so I'll just quickly reference it. So America wanted to institutionalize same-sex. And the way they started going about it after a while, people started getting offended, saying, well, we don't know for the institutionalizing of same-sex ideology. But you appear to be forcing it down our throats. Like, people can do what they want to do, but don't force us to accept it. Do you know there were some states where, I think during the Obama regime, you couldn't use the word gay because the other person would be offended. So even though they were infringing on your right to say what the legal term was, if the other person felt offended, you had to apologize. So there were people who were forced to change their language, people who had to apologize, people who had to... I remember there was a time Jordan Peterson was complaining about the way the Canadian government was practically going to change language just because they wanted to force the acceptance of it. And Jordan was willing to risk everything so as not to lose his right to say exactly what he wanted to say. And he was like, there was no price that wasn't worth paying as long as I don't lose my right. I don't call them what they want to call. I don't call them what they want me to call them. I call them what they are. So I'm just really trying to highlight the part where, because might is right, or at least it would appear that that's the logic behind the imposition of an ideology. So a thing can be true, but if the other person is offended, then you have to apologize. And so we have to talk about, at least we have to look at, what is the consequence of this thing? What does it do to us as a people where, well, something is right, but you're not allowed to say it? So soon enough, there's a blurred line between what is right and what isn't, except you have a strong enough will to resist something. Otherwise, you become quite malleable and very tolerable. Even worse, at some points, you become the very thing that you have so quietly accepted. Okay. Well, that also means that if on a very miniature scale, a person can say something and can be told that they're wrong, then we can flip that coin and say, in another way, in another regard, the same logic can apply where you would need your stance of right to defend your position, and someone else would force it down your throat because they are offended or they have more power, and as such, you cannot have justice. Okay, so let me play back a little bit. The statement Lagos smells, I guess it was read not the way it should have been read. but read in an offensive manner. So Lagos smells, is that a statement of fact, or is someone perceiving it as an insult? Because I think now it's the recipient's perspective that we're, trying to be careful about. And yes, not all of Lagos for sure, but maybe the way we're managing waste is bringing about a situation where more areas are becoming a lot more dirty than they used to be. And you can imagine what happens in the atmosphere. That soon enough, the air isn't as fresh anymore. Even worse now that they're telling us about global warming and social and climate engineering. So there's climate engineering on one part, then there's the scientific propaganda of climate change. And between whether it's changing or someone is changing it, it's hotter these days, right? Okay, and then so the air is just stagnant. And then you move around town, it doesn't feel... I mean, you can go out of Lagos, say maybe to Ogun State or Osun State, and the air is a certain type of way. And you come to Lagos and the air is just... And to say that you shouldn't be... I don't think... I mean, if it's a fight, it's a different thing. But then again, even in a fight, except the statement is a lie, but if you go to Osun State and you come back and you say, this Lagos is somehow, man, Osun State, the air was this, should it be perceived? Should you apologize for saying the truth? All right. So, I remember the conversation we had a few years ago, and it was on language and interpretations, and we were debating, or at least we were trying to comprehend the truth behind no man is perfect. And everybody thought that no man was perfect. And so I created a scenario. And I said, well, since we all agree that no man is perfect and no man can work towards perfection, then when someone plunders you, that same argument must stand for them. So if I come and I take your herds, if I take your sheep, I take your cattle, I take your wife because I have more power than you, and you're going to cry for justice, sorry about that. I'm not perfect. There's just something inside of me that says, since I have power, I can use it against you, and that I have done. Unfortunately, I'm not willing to give back what I have taken from you, so you live with the consequence of me having more power than you do. And I can understand why she had to apologize. So does it mean Lagos doesn't smell at this point? No. I mean, let's just look at it. Does it mean Lagos doesn't smell at this point? Okay, so I don't want us to push the Lagos smell, because here we can just see a pattern in the way things can play out, where said sensitivities can be brushed, and you can be penalized for bruising the sensitivities of someone else. Even though what you said was not the intent was not to directly offend, it was just a statement of truth, you could be made to take your words back. You could be made to apologize. And if you look at the psychology of what's happening between the Israeli state and Gaza, it seems as though the best thing you can do is just stay outside. But if you dare decide to interrogate that, then you realize it's really just a case of might is right. Really. It's just a case of might is right. America just acts like Israel, but they would love to hide behind a geographical location. I was watching the news. I think I woke up like 3 a.m. and the news was saying something like, how many people were dead because the ceasefire had ended. Israel doesn't want to further the agreement to bring about a ceasefire, and they have attacked Gaza, so the ceasefire has ended, and we're all back at square one. We don't know where this is going to go. Israel has more power, more fighting power than Gaza, and practically we just wake up every day and just watch the slaughtering of people. And yes, we can look back to what it's been, but when you hear the way they're negotiating this thing, it's like, it doesn't appear that these guys want this thing to end. Doesn't really appear anybody's really eager for this thing to end. It's as though the Arab countries have also taken their hands off. And then, if we're being honest, by the time you start to pry into the sad religious implications of all of this, you need to be a man of truth to really see it for what it is. Because if I open up the telephone lines, all of you are just going to call like, yeah, Israel, 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 Israel. Really? But yeah, it's the person who has power exercising over the person who doesn't have power. So I guess today we can just sit down here and ignore it. And the problem with ignoring a problem is you never truly fix it. You never truly fix it. And again, can we quickly just go back to, if Lagos smells, go back to your village. That's where the story begins. Remember that the Easterners have been complaining about marginalization. You probably have heard more than once that they have been saying, let them put some development in the East. There are people who are willing to leave the East. There are people in the West who even want to leave Lagos. They're willing to go back to their villages, whether it's Osun or Ogun State or Delta, once there's development. The only reason everybody converges here is just because, yeah, this is center. This is where
The hub.
this is the hub. Everybody is here to make money. The moment we decentralize this whole thing, people want to leave.
Leah.
So when you say go back to your village, you have to be intelligent at least with the arguments. That's the least you can do. Because if the government decides every state is going to attain a said level of development, in another 10 years, we're bringing every state to a solid level of economic development. People are moving. You will probably move. You'll probably move. We've heard cases where people leave Lagos and go live on the fringes. Maybe, what is it? Osun, which is closer?
Ogun State.
Go live in Ogun State and come to Lagos,
Yeah.
work, and go back.
There are a lot of us that do that now, actually. A whole lot of us.
The moment we decentralize this whole development thing, people want to move.
Yeah, got tired.
The only reason we're here is because, oh, this is where the hustle is. This is where the money. This is central.
Yeah.
Igbo businessmen have said, give us port in the East. Whatever your politics is, just agree on. Just give us a good working seaport that can bring in our containers. We're
They'll
moving.
move. Mm-mm.
So there's this. The hate is making us dull and unintelligent in our actions and our reactions. We're acting like the things that inform the outcomes should not be addressed. All right. If it's good for the goose, then it's probably good for gander, right?
Yep.
If we can tolerate the intimidation of one today, if we can agree that we should silence someone today because we're not capable of facing the truth today, we must also agree that tomorrow someone must silence us if they have the power to wield over us. That's the law. So today, we're forced someone to chew their words. It's okay. We're all fine. We're going to have a show. Tomorrow, when your neighbor does, whether it's a military man, a police officer, a big man with money who plunders you, that rule must apply. Since we can't afford the truth, since we don't want to face it, we want convenience, we want advantage, we don't want to do to our neighbor as we want our neighbor to do to us. The truth is there are many states that are not at par with Lagos State, and we know why. Only yesterday did Abia State see the light because we got a governor that looks like he's working. Before then, Abia was a total shame. The governor was on television saying that the development was cinema, and he named one fast food and said that he brought cinema and fast food. It's just yesterday, Abia, thank God for this guy who's coming, who's working. If we keep at this another 8 years, we may have crossed the poverty line. Maybe, because that looks like a setback that would take 20 years to fix. That's really what everybody is. If they had Nigeria for an Abia State, I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think this is. If we decentralize development, you are invited to Abia State. We're off on a break in the meantime. We'll be right back.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
It all comes down to this: weeks of fierce debate, sharp argument, and unshakable confidence. Now, only the best remain. This Wednesday at 4 p.m., two rising stars step into the ring. Akishule Oyindamola and Chaluku Naomi clashing on the topic: cash transactions are more reliable than cashless transactions. Who will stand their ground? Who will falter? Then, on Thursday, the grand finale. The I Beg to Differ studio opens at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and at 4 p.m. it's the ultimate showdown. Esther Joseph goes up against Ifeoluwa Olaiya on the topic President Bola Tinubu has demonstrated he is the right leader for Nigeria. But they are not done yet. At 5 p.m., these two world warriors return, this time to deliver a powerful presentation on the topic, the Nigerian woman. It's not just a battle of words, it's a test of intellect, passion, and oratory prowess. Who will rise? Who will take the crown? One champion will emerge. Be there. Witness history. I Beg to Differ final week live Wednesday and Thursday. Tune in live on Nigeria Info 99.3 and Kids FM 101.7 Lagos. And watch the action unfold on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. I Beg to Differ. Supported by Obiwisi, Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited, and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Hollywood College. I Beg to Differ. The Tournament of Champions.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Hey, this dollar wahala now wow. Everything just dey expensive. Na true, but make we look am well, my brother. See, your shoe na from Italy, your shirt na from Turkey, your phone na from China, your car na from Japan. In fact, everything wey dey your body so na import to the import am. Abeg, how that one take consign dollar? If price of dollar go come down, e get many things wey we suppose do. Like wetin? Number 1, we suppose dey export pass how we dey import. Number 2, we suppose dey buy more made in Nigeria products. Number 3, make we support local business. And number 4, if you wan send dollar and other foreign currency enter Nigeria, make we dey use international money transfer agents. What you dey talk dey make sense o. Oh, country people, make we join hand reduce the pressure on our naira, grow our export market, and increase forex inflow. Na our hand e dey o. This message na from Bankers Committee.
Welcome back to your number 1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
You know, I just saw that a number of people went to the core member's inbox and threatened her. So I just remembered now that people threatened her. It's all right. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are on a break. When we come back, there are a few informations we want to share with you. One would include you can win money on the Sony side. So one plays asking you to take your shot at a chance to win 25,000 naira. And then Kemi has another small information again.
Yeah.
Good. But all of that on the other side of the hour. In the meantime, breathe in, breathe out. 20 seconds. It would be time for the news update. Vaughn's here. Vaughn. Fashion is interesting. She looks fashionable.
I said so this
Off on a break, we'll be right back.
We are in a time where people yearn for information.
Information is quick. The larger the reach, the better.
Bits,
Pieces,
and the whole. All the details right here on Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, here are some of the stories we're tracking this hour. An explosion has rocked a section of the Trans-Niger pipeline in Bodo community, Gokana local government area of Rivers State. The blast, which happened near the Bodo Boni Road construction site, sent thick black smoke into the sky, and footage of which has been making rounds online. Right now, the fire is spreading fast into the surrounding mangrove forests, raising concerns about environmental damage and safety risks. So far, the Rivers State Police Command has not released any official statement on the incident. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Away from that, the Nigerian Air Force says it has dealt a major blow to Boko Haram with a precision airstrike on hideouts in Chikide and Dengbewa, Borno State. According to the NAF's Deputy Director of Public Relations, Group Captain Kabiru Ali, the operation took out key command hubs, destroyed logistics structures, and neutralized several insurgents. The strike was based on intelligence that notorious Boko Haram leader Ali Ngode and his fighters were meeting in the Mandara Mountains. The NAF says this successful night raid is proof of its growing ability to take on threats at any time, day or night. And human rights activist Omoyele Sowore is calling on President Bola Tinubu to step aside if he cannot handle criticism. Sowore made this statement on Nigeria Info's The Newsroom shortly after accompanying NYSC member Ushie Rita Ugwamaye to the Etiosa NYSC office. Ugwamaye was summoned after her viral video criticizing the high cost of food sparked government attention. Sowore insists that rather than seeing such concerns as attacks, the government should listen and address them. He also praised Nigerians for standing behind Ugwamaye, saying her experience reflects the everyday struggles of millions across the country. And on the foreign scene, tensions are rising in Gaza as over 400 people have reportedly been killed in Israeli strikes. The Israeli government says it launched the strikes after ceasefire extension talks broke down, making this the most intense bombardment since the truce began in January. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will continue ramping up military action against Hamas, accusing the group of refusing to release hostages. On the other hand, Hamas is condemning the attacks, accusing Israel of violating the ceasefire and targeting defenseless civilians. And that's the news update this hour. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Thank you for your time.
You are listening to Open Thought on The Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is The Sunny Side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
Let's talk.
Yes, Lagos 99.3 Nigeria Info. Lagos, well, I've got this for you, okay? If you love football and it's your thing, then I have something interesting you would want to hear, okay? See, they've been doing this for 3 great seasons, and the fans have fought, brought their banter, and now it's bigger, better, and the stakes are way much higher. It's the fan battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info, and they're doing this in partnership with Sports Salon, raising the game with honor and a shot at fame. Here we have 32 fans set to contest for glory with a 1 million naira prize attached to the top category. So if you know that you know your onions when it comes to football, then this one is for you, okay? Do not sleep on it. Registration is ongoing now on www.nigeriainfo.fm. That's where the registration is happening. When you get there, make sure you click on the fan battle banner that's on the homepage. Go ahead to fill the mini form, and do not forget to drop your video that's not more than 60 seconds with you speaking on any football topic of your choice. Now when you're done with that, you can click on submit. Okay, it's Fan Battle 4 brought to you by Femi and the gang, and they're saying let the battle begin. Ladies Lagos, there's still money going out here. If you were not aware, now you are aware, and now you know. Okay, we're giving away 25,000 naira here on the sunny side, courtesy of oneplay.ng. So you can start playing now. Okay, all you have to do is go to the website www.oneplay.ng, or just dial the code *347*880*3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket will be in the draw. Make sure you pick your station, Nigeria Info. Remember, the more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. You can win money on the Money Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, Sunny Side, and Game On all as well. Okay, there's also money to be won on the weekends. Football Frenzy Show every weekend, there's money there, and that's not even all, because every Friday your faves are bringing in hot. It's 50,000 naira jackpot winning every Friday, and playing during the week automatically qualifies you for that weekly jackpot. Now, your chances of winning are still the same whether you play on the website www.oneplay.ng, or you dial the code *347*880*3#, *347*880*3#. I wish you good luck, Lagos. Let's start playing now. We'll do the draws, and One Play will reach out to you. Good luck.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
All right, so it appears that there's much to be spoken of today as far as data usage and theft goes. All right, so about a few days ago, let me see if I can just retrieve the date. This is dated 4th of March. What day is this?
Today's 18.
All right, good. First of all, the NYSC rant is probably the most recent one, so I think I'll just play you the excerpt from the part where apparently she also complained about data costs here.
It's even going on. Literally, I spent over like 20,000 on data in a week, and I'm not even joking. 1.5 data cannot even last me for an entire day. I have to do 1.5 like 2 times a day, which is like 3,000 a day. It is too much. Like, what are you guys doing about it?
All right. So here is the message I had referenced earlier on, dated 4th of March, and here it goes, and I quote, "I think this telecoms company is stealing data from their customers to run their company. I mean, how do you explain data usage of 40 gig in 6 days? I use Shore for my home internet and Bell on my phone when I'm in Canada. It's unlimited, and I don't even use up to 40 gig in a month, even with Netflix, X, IPTV, surfing, and telephoning. And sometimes I even have to work from home. This company is extorting Nigerians like an illegal toll gate. And as the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, this is the type of case that should be earning Bosun Tijani, who's, of course, as you know, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, earning him his stripes. Unfortunately, anywhere you find this political party, the incompetence and malfeasance don't take long to show. It will always will out. Okay, so she makes another post saying, don't just view, repost, like, share on all your social media platforms. Unfollow this particular telecoms company on every platform. Boycott them. Now, remember, she tags the company, and she also tags Bosun Tijani to say that her complaints should be investigated. Now, you would even say yes, because many Nigerians have been complaining, and it's not even possible that the Minister of Communications is not aware, because he's a young guy, he's active on social media, and I'm very sure that he has heard Nigerians complain on social media, right? Okay, so let's go to the company responds. They say, your post caught our attention. Now, I mean, the telecoms company responds, quote, your post caught our attention, and we will like to look into your complaints. Please send your contact and the affected number via DM for further assistance. We sincerely apologize for any inconveniences you may have experienced. All right. And then the lady or the guy responds saying, nah, you don't deserve that kind of easy courtesy. You only deserve to be investigated and kicked out of Nigeria, because I'm certain you will be found out. You are stealing from Nigerians, and you are very lucky that Nigerians are the most docile people. walking the surface of the earth. Okay, now let's see if there's any other part to this. So someone comes along and says, what is even our benefit as a Nigerian citizen? Things are getting out of hand. We have been pushed beyond our elastic limit. And the poster goes, the lady who's complaining or the gentleman who's complaining says, nah, I disagree. I think there is still some elasticity left in our waist bid. I think she meant waist bid because she wrote waistband, because the docility is deafening. And then a lot more people come through documenting their experiences. And they say even when they turn off data, they're still receiving messages from a few telecoms company. Now more than one name is popping up, Nigerians complaining of receiving messages even when data usage is turned off, that their data has been exhausted to a said degree. And while we're reading this, I guess the lady has refused to allow the telecoms company follow through, and instead is asking the minister to investigate and maybe eventually kick the telecoms company out of Nigeria. Yeah, but I guess as the Nigerian thing goes, if this favors a few people, they can keep quiet. Yeah. You know, that's how we do our thing, isn't it? Know. So if this favors a few people, let's assume there is some truth to this, because Dotsun, DO to the TUN, also complained that he notices that his data also gets deducted without usage. So if this favors a few people, we'll just sit down here, powerless, docile, wanting, and praying. And that's a miracle. But let's talk. I guess there's something to be said for maybe it's not true. Hey, so it may be that the lady didn't get the updated cost, the charges, the implications of the usage of these telecoms companies. And so, yeah, she may have used it and is said to be paying a set price. And unaware of the cost, she's only come to realize that she's paying a little bit more than she would want to pay. Or there was another comedian in the US, a Nigerian comedian who I'm not sure where he was. I think he was either in the UK, but he was overseas. I think his name is Dan the Humorous. A Nigerian comedian. Okay, good. He makes a video saying that, I wish I could find that video. Can someone please send me that video? He makes a video practically saying the same thing, that when he's overseas, he uses so much internet, and when he wants to recharge, he gets told that he still has data. And he wonders why it would appear, for example, why 40 gig in the UK is not the same 40 gig in Nigeria. It's as though in Nigeria it tends to read a little bit more. All right. Oh, this one says, if I want to go to Abia State, I should prepare a place for him. Sure, honey, believe me. There are women and there's food. I'm not sure what your preference is. But the moment we can decentralize development, come to Abia State, come single. Please. There's fun to be had. Okay, now that's by the way. 14 minutes past 1 p.m. 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190. Have you experienced this whole data thing? Because it just appears that you're crying to me and I'm crying to you. And if this benefits someone, they might as well just be silent about it until we're tired of crying. Remember the whole NYSE thing? Oh, yeah, she had to apologize. And so here we are again, another day. The sun has risen and our problems are the same. Oh, wait. But have you found the video?
I go save. I have.
Is it I go save?
Yeah,
Hold on
that's
a second.
the name.
I need to play you the video just so that you can hear other Nigerians
This is it.
Complain. Lagos, I want to really feed you gist. I know you'll like it. I can't find it.
This is the video. I have the video.
That's the video?
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll share that with you in a moment. But first, Skype caller, thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Skype caller.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon. Welcome. What's your name?
You have a book on the line.
Where are you calling me from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And so is a lot that and the second hand, Nigeria is very much task. When you, for example, data you make call, you get VAT, and most of these telcos, the kind of bill they pay. So I guess it's just to shift our attention to that angle. Right? Inflation is in the country. I'm not even supporting that. Okay, this is very high, but maybe us looking at that direction, maybe that's the reason.
Maybe
So people outside Nigeria, they do
what did you say about the reason?
The kind of tax they receive.
The tax we receive, the tax we make the companies pay.
Yeah, the tax the company pays, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. That's a
why they inflate.
I'm sorry. So your line is so bad. Your connection is terrible. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I got the gist. Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it. I want to thank you. Look, I'm so sorry. Let me quickly. I think I have it.
Third time, I am going to my service providers here in the UK.
Okay, wait. Okay, so thank you. Kemi found it as I go save, and I'm going to play you what his experience is.
So this is the third time. Third time I am going to my service providers here in the UK that I want to top up my phone, and they go check. They'll tell me, say, go back home. You still have data. I call the shock because now 20 gig I buy 3 weeks ago, almost 1 month. So this 20 gigs still they work. And the shocking thing is very fast. So this is a call. This is a cry. This is a clarion call to the Nigerian government. This is a clarion call to FCPC. This is a clarion call to EFCC. This is a clarion call to ICPC. Una get to investigate all the telecommunication providers. The internet providers for Nigeria are ripping Nigerians off. 20 gig for UK in the last 1 month. Why 50 gig for Nigeria 1 month subscription in the last 3 days? Why? Wait till they cost them. You go buy 30 gig or 10 gig for Nigeria. They'll tell you, say, yes, you have successfully subscribed for 1 month. Before they go break, Agapia, your data don't finish. Abi our forefathers, the followers, they use our data. Nothing I know they use this my own, they wash match, blue film. People they use my phone, they still many. So what's really happening? This is a rip-off. And it's very fast here in the UK. Why Nigeria now slow? Now you go call customer care, they tell you, say, where is your area? Oh, the network, the optic fiber. You know, they speak big English, they invest me. Personally, they tell you, say, data when you buy for our network. When I say 1 month finish overnight, when they say, oh, did you off your data? Then they off data, yes, yeah. It's always on. There's one English people only say, if you are browsing at 75 Mbps, EFCC, ICPC, when they always pursue Yahoo boys. This thing are Yahoo now, because Yahoo, when I understand, they say, I show you, say, I get this thing. You send me money, then you not see the thing. Not be Yahoo with that. The one with these people, they do now, Yahoo Pro Max. How much for minimum wage? How much for minimum wage? Where person go use 30,000-40,000, they subscribe internet. Please tag those internet companies. When they say they go, your break, your data don't finish. Tag them. I want to ask them 1 or 2. So this is the
99.3 Nigeria info. But I'm here to spoil it for you. And I put it to you that if a few people benefit from this, might is right. After you're done complaining, you go back to your misery.
That's wrong.
In fact, if you offend us, we make you apologize for complaining. Okay, maybe I'm joking a little bit. Let's talk Nigeria info. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here. You're on the sunny side.
Joyce, good afternoon. My name is Robert.
Welcome, Rob.
Joyce, in a month, I subscribe up to like 40 to 45 gig. Though I don't buy it once, so it's bit by bit.
Okay.
If I amount everything together, it will be up to that amount. But I now, at times, I will just feel like my data runs fast. And though I'm a person that likes to be on the net, I like news. I want to be current. You understand? So of recent, I was on TikTok and somebody made a video, and the person directed that we should check our phone. If you buy a new phone, there are some
settings.
There are some
settings.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Yes, there are some settings that are always on default that you need to put them off. That if you put on your data, they'll be downloading, video automatically. But you will not know this app will be consuming your data.
Okay.
And now I went through that video and I switch off those things on my phone. My sister, I am telling you,
okay.
My phone don't consume much data. And apart from that, I'm also on what is the Telegram. You know, on Telegram, if you are there, there's a way you set your phone. Anything that comes in will consuming your data will go. So if you set it, even on YouTube, these are things it might be from the setting now.
Okay.
I'm not trying to make I'm not trying to make justification for our mobile provider. No, I'm network provider rather. But let us come home and do some assignment and see maybe this photo from our phone.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate. All right. So that's thank you so much. You're on the sunny side. We're Nigeria Info. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Joyce.
You have to speak up for us, all right? Thank you. Good afternoon. It's good to have you join the conversation. Yes, I can. Nigeria Info. Oh, yes. Open Thoughts. Good afternoon.
Yeah, you have Alex O here.
Alex O?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome, Alex O.
Thank you for bringing this topic. I think this is what we need to be loud in every moment. Because I've been contemplating on this same argument. We've been, how would I put it? We've been scammed in this country. And the telecommunication companies have been found wanting, not today. And why is this so? Because the government is off.
Let me ask you, this is just to establish that you're suffering the same thing or you're just echoing the plight of other people?
I'm not echoing it. I've been suffering this for many years. I've been saying that why will I buy like 10 gig and it doesn't last me for like even up to 3 weeks? You understand?
Wow.
I've been thinking because even there's so many things contain. Apart even, do you notice drop calls sometimes? You try to make calls, have drop calls. See, a friend of mine, this was about maybe I can't remember the years. He came here and he brought his thing.
He brought what?
And
pardon me. Could you speak up, please? He brought what?
Yeah, what?
You said something and I didn't quite get it. You said he brought what?
I said one of my friends came visiting Nigeria, and he came along with the SIM card of where he was staying.
Okay.
And in my presence, he called the customer care. If you see the way they responded to this guy, but try it, call the customer care here. They give you all sorts of excuses. And going back to this data issue, yes, if you don't know about data, sometimes people leave their apps on. What you need to do is go to your settings.
Okay.
Tick off any app, any update from your apps. Tick them off. Turn them off totally because some people might not know. For me, I know all these things, but still, I don't get complete data. This has been going on for a year, not today. I'm not just making it up. It's something that I have facts.
Okay.
I'm so sick and tired of this country.
Wow.
The way they just keep taking money out of people's pockets for no reason. Would you report? Is it the SEC? What would they do? I've complained. I've written them message so many times, written to them, but no response. Even the telecommunication companies, you write them on their social media, they keep telling you sorry. I tell them this is BS. It doesn't solve any issue. If you are in same clients, you know your company would have been kicked out of this country. Seriously.
Okay.
But because the head is nowhere to be found, that's why we have all this going on. You can't compare 40 gig in overseas to 40 gig you are getting here. I don't know how to call it. Short, Joyce, please, we need to allow this every moment.
Well, I'm trying. This is me trying to do it. Okay, thank you. The sunny side. We're Nigeria Info. We'll have to go to Skype now. Hello, you're on the sunny side. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Hi, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Hi,
Tell us
Joyce.
your
Good
name.
afternoon.
I'm with you. Thank you. Welcome.
My name is Sobere Oposunju.
Yeah, good to have you.
Right. So I'm not making an excuse for the communication companies in Nigeria.
95.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
This year, we're talking about patronage from many different aspects. It's not just giving artists money. It can be helping an artist have an exhibition, giving them exposure, connecting them to the right gallery, the right representative, the right person, giving them studio space to produce, giving them some training, whether it's business training, legal advice. There are so many ways in which you can be a patron of the arts.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan-African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
It all comes down to this: weeks of fierce debate, sharp argument, and unshakable confidence. Now, only the best remain. This Wednesday at 4 p.m., two rising stars step into the ring. Akishule Indamola and Chaluku Naomi clashing on the topic: cash transactions are more reliable than cashless transactions. Who will stand their ground? Who will falter? Then, on Thursday, the grand finale. The I Beg to Differ studio opens at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and at 4 p.m. it's the ultimate showdown. Esther Joseph goes up against Ifeolu Olaiya on the topic: President Bola Tinubu has demonstrated he is the right leader for Nigeria. But they're not done yet. At 5 p.m., these two world warriors return, this time to deliver a powerful presentation on the topic: the Nigerian woman. It's not just a battle of words, it's a test of intellect, passion, and oratory prowess. Who will rise? Who will take the crown? One champion will emerge. Be there. Witness history. I Beg to Differ final week live Wednesday and Thursday. Tune in live on Nigeria Info 99.3 and Kids FM 101.7 Lagos. And watch the action unfold on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. I Beg to Differ, supported by Obiwisi, Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited, and Christian Schools. Prize money sponsor, Hollywood College. I Beg to Differ, the tournament of champions.
Hi, e dey tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Naija yogurt. I beg you, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Beg you, go Jollimento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Naija yogurt.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
And Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
We are back, Lagos. It's Open Thought Tuesday. I have a guest caller on the line. Hello, caller. Where are you calling from, please?
Hi, Joss. Good afternoon. My name is Sobero Pasinja. I'm calling from London.
Thank you for calling.
Right. So, let me just make this clear. It is possible that I go save. That's the comedian whose data, it's possible that he's using a mix of mobile data and Wi-Fi at home.
Okay.
So when he's using Wi-Fi at home, it overrides the mobile data, and so the mobile data does not run out. I'm not sure what he does, that he's using 20 gig for 1 month. Otherwise, if he uses Google Map to drive, if he uses it to watch movies and all of that, I'm not sure 20 gig would be sufficient for a month. So it's possible that he uses Wi-Fi at home. That's why it stays that. Yeah, for backup. All right. That's just what I'll make clear. Not like I'm exonerating the guys back in Nigeria. Thank you, MTN.
Oh, but hold you now. How much do you use a month?
Okay, I mean, so
You're calling from London, right? So give us an idea.
Yes, I'm calling from London. So I just checked my app right now, that my Vodafone app, they give me 100 gig, all right? Sometimes I don't use up to 10%, so it overrides. But again, I have Wi-Fi at home, I have Wi-Fi at work, I have Wi-Fi at church, I have Wi-Fi virtually everywhere. The only place it's just on the road when I'm driving to work or at the bus stop or when I'm taking a walk. That's where I use my mobile data. Otherwise, I don't even have need per se for mobile data.
We dare not say that.
Right.
Thank you for calling.
Right. So, thank you very much, Joyce. Bye.
Wow. The sunny side. Okay. I Go Save did say that people watch stuff on his phone, including pornography and all that jazz. And he's been to the company a number of times to recharge, and they tell him, "I know you still have data." So it must appear that the definition of 40 gig here and 40 gig somewhere else have two different meanings. One is Nigerian, the rest is world standard. Welcome, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good to have you. Welcome, you're on the sunny side. How are you?
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you.
I beg, if the demons that control this network
What's
don't
your
allow
name?
to hear my voice, don't cut me off. Oh.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Onyemuwa, calling from Nigeria.
Okay, we'll manage. Go ahead.
I asked a question some time ago. Okay.
The network is bad. Says I shouldn't cut them off. Okay.
Don't mind them. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me just roaming around. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, I can.
They know what make I talk. I'm using Airtel to call you.
Okay.
And Airtel is the worst. It's the worst. You buy data almost 11,000 in a month. After 3 days, the data is finished.
Wow.
Then the data of 11,000 for Airtel. For Glo, it's just 3,000. But that one, you no go fit use am until the month expire. So who buy Nitel? Who? We don't ask question. Even Nigeria asked telecommunication before. When they started new, they gave us mobile phone. Who bought it? Who buy Nitel? We don't ask question. Do we suppose to buy data after we are loading our phone and call? Do we? Why is government not give us Wi-Fi everywhere, on bus stop, on churches, on road? Is it a cost to be a Nigerian? What are we benefiting? Now I want to call now. The same Airtel now is making rubbish of their network, and they will shop all the money on my phone. So my question is simple: who bought that Nitel? Maybe we have Nigeria Communication. Who bought it? Thank you.
Those questions that require answers, one I can't afford to give to you, and one the government doesn't care much to give to you, would just forever hang in the air until something emerges, something like a feedback. But we never know when that feedback's coming. You're on the sunny side. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Well, I'm reading to you threads, and this one is one major story that I found very interesting on social media. Hello, good afternoon to you. It's so good to have you here. You must turn up the volume of your radio set.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You're on the sunny side. Thank you for being here.
This is Adekunle. I'm calling from Abidjan.
Welcome, Kunle.
I think we as Nigerians have what you call Stockholm syndrome. Whereby we tend to sympathize with our abusers and people that dominate us and tend to see them as God and kind of defend every action and every unfavorable action that they make. Before I go to the data one, I want to talk about this girl that apologized. She was bullied into apologizing. And her apologizing actually took the wind off my sail. Nigeria is a patriarchal country, but like a woman can't speak, they will feel she's respectful by speaking truth to power. Look at Natasha, the way she's being bullied all around the world. Look at this one too that's spoken, the way she's being bullied. Look at another DJ during the NSAS. You find out the men don't even face that amount of bullying. That what right have you as a woman to speak out against? Yeah, and somebody says, if your father is doing like, it's not my father, it's my employee. Every Nigerian is a CEO of Nigeria. Tinubu is your employee. And if your employee is not doing well, for the betterment of your company, you have the right to fire that employee. And she never said Tinubu was a bad person. He's a terrible person. He was a terrible president. You can be a good person and be a terrible president. We can't be defending nonsense. We can't be defending patriarchy. We can't be defending situations whereby people are dying and still they are defending the people that are killing them. That's called Stockholm syndrome. Things are not working right. The parameters to look at the progress of an economy is not there. Other oil-producing companies on the African countries on the African continent, they have basic necessities and basic things that their citizens benefit from being oil-producing countries. I studied all these things, from Algeria to Angola, whether it's free healthcare or free education to any level of the Nigerians don't have anything to show for being one of the largest oil-producing countries on the planet, and we tend to protect these people with their hungry stomach, saying, no, he's going to do it. Why do things have to be destroyed before they get fixed? Why does the night have to be 10,000 to $1 before it can come down to one? Things cannot get better. Unless we change our mindset and speak truth to power. Let the younger generation speak. No, you guys should not be silent. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. We're going to have to go to WhatsApp right now. Look at you.
It's already. So this person says, I think we should ask the telecom operators what is their own definition of unlimited data. Okay. That's one.
Okay.
He says medieval feudalism took different forms in the last 500 years in different kinds of government, and this so-called democratic system of government is one of them. Who are the lords and who are the vessels willing to die for their lords in today's world? Among loyalists of political lords, there is a hierarchy. The urchins are there, the underlords are a notch above them. It's fascism, zero tolerance for dissent. The only truth here that lies massage the ego of the overlord, and it's destroying humanity. Indeed, all this I saw as I applied my mind to everything done under the sun. There's a time when a man lords it over others to his own hurt. Ecclesiastes 8:9. Overwhelmed by the powers that be, the young lady had no choice but to retract her truth. This person says, good day, Joyce. Could you please talk about the way they bombard their customers with annoying messages? Nigerian telecommunication companies are by far the most insensitive, annoying, and rules-flouting companies ever. This person says, hi, Joyce. I use less than 5 gig in a month because I have Wi-Fi at home, work, and everywhere. My network is T-Mobile. I suggest Nigerians turn off apps when not being used. That way they save more to use. The services also should do more to help the citizens. This person is in the USA advising us here. Come now. This person says, my personal research confirms that Nigerian telecom providers are systematically overcharging users for mobile data, with MTN being the worst offender, followed by Airtel, while Glo is the least exploitative, even though still guilty. Needs to be the boom. Using 2 independent data tracking apps, I compared my actual usage against what these providers deduct. The findings were alarming. MTN charges over double my real usage, that's less than 50% accuracy. Airtel deducts around 40% more than I actually use, that's 60% accuracy. Glo, though still inflating usage, is about 85% accurate. Now, before the recent price hike, 10 gig lasted me a week on MTN. Now, even 15 gig barely lasts 5 to 6 days, despite reduced activity. This is a coordinated scam. The government's silence suggests that there's either complicity or passive endorsement. Nigerians are being robbed, and we need transparency and accountability in data billing. This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. I use unlimited wind and it costs me 20 euros a month. I think Nigerian government should investigate these network providers. It's unfair, and it should have a constant fee and gig from them and the companies, not the customer. This person is from Italy. All these foreigners advising us. Abe, this person says, Joyce, What about
Wait, the person from Italy, what did he say?
He said that he's using 20 euros a month to do data unlimited. Nigerian government should investigate the people that's providing us. It's unfair.
Oh yeah, he didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they are kindly advising.
Yeah, but
nice.
So the problem with European countries, we just had someone call us from London, where there's internet everywhere.
Imagine.
You go to France, there's internet everywhere. You go to Switzerland, there's internet everywhere. You go to Germany, there's internet everywhere. You're in Italy. I was in Italy, I didn't buy data.
Imagine.
I was in Italy, I didn't. Anywhere you enter, there's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, shake.
But yeah, thank you for your advice.
Thank you. Joyce, what about charging when you don't even know that you're connected to the line you dialed? Data disappears like air these days. You do monthly subscription, but less than an hour or a day, the data is gone. This person says, I'm Joyce. Oh, this one says, this data issue is nothing short of daylight robbery. I did a 3 gig data yesterday. I downloaded 2 movies of 780 MB in total. I got a message immediately telling me that I have 200 MB left. It's so crazy. Ayola from K2. He said, I'm using Airtel by the way, so and the caller is right. Airtel is the worst.
Okay, this one says, I was in Nigeria for 2 weeks ago. I was in Nigeria 2 weeks ago, and before I came, I had my brother get me unlimited internet Wi-Fi, and he used Smile router on our Airtel SIM, and all through my stay in Nigeria, I didn't use up to 15 gig, even with my unlimited streaming services that I have. So I think some service providers really steal data from Nigerians. This is Victor from Philadelphia. He ran back. Well, thank you for writing us. I do appreciate it.
Why won't they run? This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. My name is Mountain from Ikoyi. I've stopped subscribing monthly because of this same issue. What I do now is daily or weekly subscription. Now, whenever I want to use the internet for important activities, and I'll spend less time on social media and spend less on data. They will stop this nonsense if we all boycott their services. We should read books for some months and stop subscribing for data. Let's see the outcome.
Joyce, it's true that Lagos smells, but we need to be objective about it. You can't come to my house, get it dirty, and complain. It's sorry. We have cleaners in Lagos doing their best, but the character of people living in Lagos hasn't changed. They have been accommodating, but don't just talk bad about the place. Hold on. They have been, I think you mean the West. They have been accommodating, but
don't just talk bad about the place you're living.
It is a collective effort if you want it to change. So I understand the anger of Lagosians when people talk that way. What are you doing? I'm not even sure, but so there's I think you're overseas, first of all. Second, you admit that Lagos smells, but now you have made someone apologize for saying the truth. In fact, in your message, you said, or you suggested that she shouldn't have said it. You suggested in your message that even though it's the truth, it should not be said. So basically, I think I have a caller on Skype. I'm going to go to him. I think this is the caller to whom I asked. He was a caller. I don't know. We'll figure out this caller in a moment. But so here is something we can all admit. At least I'm seeing this in you Nigerians. The truth means nothing to you. In fact, if it's the truth, don't say it if it's against me. Now, this caller who's overseas is saying it's true. Okay, the statement was said as a statement of truth.
But she shouldn't have said it.
But you're saying she shouldn't have said it.
Why?
So here you have also justified that she must apologize to it. So what this means is, if a thing is true, it should not be said if it offends you. If you say it's a collective effort, how do you figure out a problem if you don't name the problem?
You know, there's a proverb that says, Geshe Yoruba, like, it's not everything that you see that you say. And I just think that that's so diabolical.
There's no proverb like that in my village where I come from. So maybe we're two countries and not one.
Exactly.
Because how are we going to fix the problem? So if we all agree that Lagos smells, then we can all find ways to clean it up.
Towards it.
But if we don't agree that it smells, then it might as well just continue being the way it is. And you are in a country where things work.
Why don't you come and stay?
You are in a country where you would say that something is dirty, and you trust that if you report it to the community head or something, somebody will do something about it as against make you apologize for what you said. It's all right. I mean, we're creating the world we're living in. WhatsApp. And then Skype.
Okay. So this person says,
is it loading? Let's go to
Yes,
Skype. Then.
loading.
Skype
Yes,
caller, thank you
Skype.
so much for being here.
Hello.
Skype caller. I think
Back
it was
to
the caller
WhatsApp.
who called on the Nether case, who said that America was corrupt and that we shouldn't take everything we hear in the news for what it is. So I'm hoping that he's maybe going to hang
that
up.
guy.
Yeah. Hello, caller. Okay, Skype caller. I'm sorry, I don't have you. It's
Okay,
Open Thoughts Tuesday, where at least. So wait, are you going to make me apologize for telling you that the truth means nothing to you? So even though we all agree it's the truth, you would then say to me, "Yeah, I shouldn't say it."
No, it's not anything.
That's what you say. You say, "Oh no, Joyce, you can't say the truth means nothing to us."
Outside.
I shouldn't say it outside. But you know you're a liar, right? Like if you really have to take it that far, at that point you're officially a liar. Now you're living in deceit. Like I shouldn't say all of that. Oh, I'll try to say it a little bit more brashly. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. Good afternoon.
It's
guys.
Open Thought Tuesday. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, thank you, President. Well, I just want to react to that. Video conversation of that lady. Yeah, you see, my own take is just that it's unfortunate the environment we are is politically volatile, and that's been the trend. Like I tell people, I do tell people that the lady are actually not lamented what is new or what is strange. It is something that everybody has been musing with in and out, year in, year out. But you see, every little truth here is politicized. It's about politics. And before you know what happened, you see the trend of opposition, they will still case from opposition and all that. But alas, to you and me, to the listeners, to everybody, you get. So we found out that there is not even opposition anywhere. Do you understand? The truth still remains. The facts still remain. Do you get?
So are we working towards? Excuse me. Are we working towards one Nigeria, or are we just 7 Nigerians in one? Are we like 50 Nigerians?
We are spectrums of Nigeria in Nigeria.
About time to go home.
No. We are spectrum of Nigerians in Nigeria. You know, it is sad. I'm just trying to lay that tone. You see an opposition today, March 18, 2025, becomes a party member, same unified member, come next year. So where are the opposition? We have seen it. Do you get? So when the lady said this, to me, it's not really that, like I said, I'm not really moved. I'm different from what she has said. Because why? What she has said, the sentiment or everything that is behind it, has really, moved me. Because why? This is what she has said is the truth, and it's what she has never said anything new. So if anybody wants to cut her neck up because of what she has said or whatever, I think we are just still staying there.
Okay.
Because what she just said, it is what has been happening. So the whole was just like between me and you, among us, to just actually pinpoint it, dissect it, and work towards what this lady has already said. So we don't need to take side. We don't need to say whether yes or no. She has never said anything new from what has been happening. But the problem we have majorly is that by the time we dissect it and they put it that they are political, satellite, and said it's been engineered by the opposition. And who are the opposition? We have seen the opposition in 2023 now becoming the member of the party. They are opposed before. Good afternoon.
Exactly.
At some points, we have to decide that we'll just make conversations on the sunny side about Nicki Minaj and Beyonce.
At this point,
about cheating superstars and celebrities, about what celebrity buys that handbag and wears that shoe, what their houses look like. I really think that's what we should do, as against these kinds of conversation where it would take a sunny side to really just borderline inflame the emotions of the people to get anything on the verge of clarity and honesty. Because other than that, I don't think it's something we are more inclined to naturally. If MTN, for example, or say Airtel, were the conversation this afternoon, like say a specific network, and it was provided by an ego person or it was provided by a Yoruba person, and I brought up the conversation, I fear that the conversation may have even tilted towards your, if you don't like it, go and bring your own. Like if, say the Igbo person was extorting or stealing people's network, data. I fear that the conversation may have been something in the lines of, if you don't like it, go and bring your own. As against we look at it, call it what it is, so that we can get a solution. Let's go to Skype. Skype caller, how are you? Thank you for being here.
Hello. Hi, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Hello.
What's your name? I can hear you.
Hi.
I'm with you, please.
Concerning
Tell us your name and go ahead.
My name is Christopher.
Yeah.
My name is Christopher. Yeah. Concerning the guy that was talking about the, what was it called? Tariff in other countries. That anyway.
So there are two people here.
For
There's
you
one
to be
on
able
Twitter.
to get Wi-Fi anywhere, it's not.
Okay, go ahead. Because there are two people here. I don't know who you want to refer to.
It's everywhere. Okay, everywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say, you still need to password. Most of those Wi-Fi you get free, they are password. You understand? Because most people are trying to protect their data.
Yeah.
That being said, I think they're really ripping off Nigerians. Because in there the last time I bought Smile unlimited. It finished in 2 weeks.
Oh. Wait. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. I think I lost you. It would appear, and someone. I'm so sorry. Skype is jamming. I beg you. Just give me a moment. Telephone lines, Nigeria Info. How are you? I'm so sorry, Skype. Just give me a moment. Let me figure out what's happening. Hello, how are you? You're Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
My name is Joyce. What's your name?
Yes, my name is speaking to you from the place.
Go ahead.
First off, on the issue of the lady and Nigeria, our sentiments and so on, I think Nigeria is just a geographical expression. Just like one of our great politicians said. I think it was Awolowo who said that. You see, the Nigeria we talk about is just like a mapped area, The Nigerianness, that is supposed to be in us is not there. We are divided across ethnic lines, the religious line. In the institutions that are set up, that are supposed to unite us, the law enforcement agents, the law, the constitution, the Ministry of Information, National Orientation Agency, government propaganda machine, all those institutions are failed. So that is why we are here today. And I don't see us moving forward because those who are supposed to use this institution, to the advantage of building a Nigeria are using it, to protect themselves and keep themselves in power. That is about that. For the issue of the telecoms data and so on, some of us who advocated, for them increasing their tariff, if we did so, because the environment is not encouraging based on how businesses operate. But we know the need. Personally, I know inside of me that they are not honest with Nigerians. You say you are giving 4G, and at the end of the day, it's just like 3G elsewhere. It's not meeting up to standard. And then when the people buy the data, the data is just disappears without getting the value, for the data.
So, did you know this before you advocated for the increment of data? Or are you just changing your mind now? Because it would be wild if you knew it, only for you to still advocate for increment.
Joyce, I knew.
Oh.
The reason is, they said maybe in the past 10 years or 12 years, they haven't increased their tariff, which I know is not true. I knew from the beginning, that it's not true. But based on the operating system, the price of diesel, the price of getting their equipment, especially the exchange rate, that's why I joined in advocating for them, increasing their tariff. Not because they are honest with Nigerians.
So you know that they're not honest. You know that they take data from Nigerians, and you still advocated that they increase their tariffs.
I knew they were not honest,
Wow.
But on the side of fairness, that's why I said maybe they should increase.
Well, how fair are you? Because at this point, it's the Nigerian who loses back, loses front, loses center, loses everywhere. You knew it. But in your Nigerian mind, you're like, yeah, they should increase it. But yeah, it's really a mess at this point. But thank you.
They are government institutions that are supposed to protect us.
All right. So I'm off on a break at this point. I want to say thank you so much.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same, whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Hey, now what for this show? Everything just cash, even cash. Hey, KC, I don't define you for shops this morning. Why you did this kind of queue? Jojo, now cash I want collect since morning. Cash? Why? I know one waiting happen for 1672 happen again. Today, I must collect correct naira note for hand. KC, cash day everywhere for bank, ATM, POS agent, and if you want run and cashlessly, you fit use mobile app, internet banking, ATM, POS, USSD, QR code, and other options. Them. Dudu, you sure? I beg you, make we dey go. Your customers they shop they wait for you. See, the cash where you define for Sokoto, is there for your Sokoto. You understand? Country people, money na money. Spend them, collect them, no hold them, no panic. Cash day everywhere. This message from Bankers Committee.
Are you looking for the right path to live, work, or study abroad without losing your funds to unscrupulous travel agencies? Or are you looking for funds to finance your overseas plans? If yes, don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity. Reserve your seats for the premium Jackpot seminar with Uzo Ododo Oba of Wazobia FM. Get valuable insights, travel loans, learn proven strategies, gain insider tips from industry leaders, one-on-one discussions with seasoned travel experts, and take the next step towards your traveling goals. Date, Saturday, 22nd of March, 2025. Time, 12 noon prompt. Please do be punctual. Venue, ITF Building, 5th floor, Funsha Williams Avenue, Ipori, Costain, Lagos. Access fee, 20,000 naira. Admits one person, please. For seat reservations and further inquiries, please call us on 0802-383-1303 or 0802-377-0699. One more time. For seat reservation and further inquiries, please call us on 0802-383-1303 or 0802-377-0699. Hurry, secure your spot. Seats are filling up fast. This event is powered by Strong Voice Media and proudly supported by Wazobia FM, Cool FM, and Nigeria Info. Note, we know they give visa.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
The Sunny Side Open Thought Tuesday. Nigerians have been complaining about their data disappearing. They want answers to questions, but it does quite appear that nobody's really listening. But recently, a Nigerian on Twitter who compared her data usage in Canada to that in Nigeria pretty much tagged a said Nigerian telecoms provider, accusing them of theft. And she wanted them to know exactly that she was speaking to them directly. She tagged the Minister of Communications as well and was saying that the only reason the company would get away with what they were getting away with would be strictly because Nigerians are docile people. Let's quickly go to WhatsApp.
Okay. This person says, hi, Joyce and Kevin. They should start with Airtel because I don't do any big data plan with them. Several times, your phone shows that you have 2 gig, 3 gig, and 4 gig left. Airtel will tell you don't have any left. Obviously, my data doesn't read the same way Airtel charges. There's a huge part that culture plays here that isn't making our system to work. Patriarchy, skewed balance of respect and power between authority figures and the subservient, ignorance, etc. Culture is a part of why young people criticizing a leader is seen as disrespectful.
We'll go off on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay one step ahead with Nigeria Info.
From the biggest stories,
Trends and conversations.
let's talk. Only on Nigeria Info. headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, here are some developments we're tracking, but in summary right now, explosion hits Trans-Niger pipeline in Rivers State, raising concerns over impacts on the region. Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited champions effective utilization of host community funds. President Tinubu seeks Senate's approval for appointment of 5 resident electoral commissioners for INEC, while Vice President Kashim Shettima calls the National Assembly to put national unity and development above political divisions. Vice President Kashim Shettima also declares Nigeria's economy on path to sustained growth. Nigeria's inflation drops again, hits 23.18% in February. Nigeria and Brazil signed commercial phase of $1.1 billion project aimed at boosting agricultural productivity. Senate plans to reintroduce statutory delegates in 2022 Electoral Act Amendment, while former National Populations Commission Commissioner Professor Moore advocates for biometric-based census to ensure accurate data for national planning. PDP chieftain Bode George apologizes, or rather demands apology, from Wike to party's National Working Committee to remain in the party. NAF airstrike hits Boko Haram hideouts, inflicts heavy losses that weakened the terrorist group. 2 suspects in murder of LASU graduate Adedamola Ogunbode remanded in Ikoyi custody. Human rights activist Omoyele urges President Tinubu to step down if he cannot handle criticism. Islamic scholar Ustad Ibrahim urges Muslims to act on their faith through their actions. And Hank Forward Tolu Arokodare expresses excitement over his first call-up to Super Eagles ahead of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. On the foreign scene, Hamas says Israeli airstrikes killed over 400 people in Gaza following breakdown in ceasefire talks. Putin and Trump to hold phone call amid unresolved issues. And China reviews U.S. purchase of Hong Kong ports at Panama Canal. And those are the headlines this hour. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You are listening to Open Thought on The Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
Plenty messages to be read, and I'm going to try to read as much as I can afford. Someone is already accusing me. He says he's upset with me. I don't read his messages. It's not deliberate. I'm sorry, but I'm trying. So let's just get into it. Okay. Sunny side.
This person says culture is a path of where young people criticizing a leader or an elder is seen as disrespectful, even if everyone agrees that that leader is incompetent. There's too much hypocrisy in this country. I don't see anything wrong with saying Lagos is smelly, but the same people wondering why some of us are offended by it will also be upset if you said that about their states of origin, even if they don't live there. Let's stop deceiving ourselves.
No. So this is the thing. So basically, again, you're repeating that the very if the statement is true, you're saying that if something is true, it should not be said, even when the intent is not to make you feel dirty or to humiliate you. The statement is true, whether you want to accept it or not. It is a true statement. And if we're going to fix the problem, we have to state the problem. So you're saying if you said, for example, that, let me see, Delta stinks, right? Well, that would not just only be narrow. It would actually be an unfair judgment, because you have to look at the region and look at everything that this country has put the Delta through and what the foreign companies have done and put the Delta through. Because maybe if we had handled the Delta differently, Delta should have been the Miami. If we had handled the Delta better, maybe there's an area of the Delta that's going to be just trash. But Delta should have been the Miami. That's where all the major mining happens when it comes to crude, right? At least majorly. But here, we hear that they can't even drink water. We hear they can't fish. I had to get... we had a guest on Nigeria Info. It was an organization in the Netherlands. He was on the sunny side. And they had to fund the legal fees for farmers in the Delta at The Hague. The Nigerians didn't do it. The Nigerian government didn't do it. A foreign body had to do it. to give some kind of benefit to farmers in the Delta, but it was someone else's money that took that matter to The Hague and ensured victory for Nigerians. You sure you want to really talk about this? Because if you're saying, because even the Lagos you're talking about is not the sweat of the Yorubas alone. It is every Nigerian who lives here, who's paying taxes here.
Sure.
Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Delta, anybody who's here who's paying taxes is contributing to this Lagos. So I think you even have a narrow view of when you think Lagos is your sweat and blood and everybody else has to go home. If you said Abia State was dirty, and it's dirty, it is the truth. And best believe, before you said it, the people from there have already been saying it. It's okay. Since we are not going to face the truth,
no, everybody's just
someone is going to make you apologize for the things you suffer. Because I think at this point, this thing where we make it ethnic. This thing where, because I think that we've said it so long, but because it's a sensitive conversation, we tend to always want to leave it. But I'm saying that, except we're not working towards one Nigeria, except the whole concept of one Nigeria is a lie. If I live in Lagos, I want Lagos to be clean. I want Lagos to be clean, not just for me, but for Musa and for Shegun.
To smell fresh for everybody.
If Lagos is dirty, I want it to be beneficial to Saheed, to Wahid, to Ahmed, to BC, to Chukuma, to Effiong, to the people who live here. If you decide to come to Abia State, if Abia State is clean, it's clean for anybody who lives there.
Who lives there, not just indigents.
But if Abia State is dirty, and I would, for the sake of, I don't know, deny the truth just so that I already look bad. If, for example, Abia State is bad, right? I already look bad. So someone else saying it doesn't make me look any worse. I already look bad. Denying it doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
All right. WhatsApp messages.
This person said, I think that the lady saying Lagos smells is not a lie, but also not a fact. It's just an opinion which many people may not agree to. And we seem to be overlooking the most significant aspect of the situation, which I think we should pay attention to. The only reason why they became viral was the attempt to shut her up, which is my area of interest and not particularly what she said. I think psychopaths and those benefiting from the rot in the system are going to really gag the people on social media ahead of 2026, just as they've done almost successfully with those in conventional media. Journalists now have to be cautious with and about what they speak. This person says... you
can't accuse us of spewing something. You're not going to use a slur to describe our work or our labor. You couldn't have done it any differently. And even what you're talking about, which is highlighting this, the intent to silence her, is not a new gig. I mean, we just watched Natasha over a few days ago. It's psychological. So, except you have something better to offer us, I don't see why you think the media is spewing. We're reporting the news. This one says, I use 20 gig for €5 monthly, and I don't even finish it. I use it on Motion for work daily, where I spend most of my time. I'm on data save mode. I use the map a lot, just like at this moment. I use Libera. What is Libera? Is that the network provider? And what country is that? And you say, I stream on my phone for movies and live matches. And €5 is less than 10K, I think. I think €5 is 8,000 naira. €5 is about 8K, right? Okay. So he's spending about €5 a month. Thank you. This one says Airtel is the greatest cult. I'm not sure what he means, but...
yeah, like corporate, maybe. This one says, I actually...
corporate. Okay, thank you.
I actually experienced deductions in my available data when not in use. The telecom company keeps sending messages to me after switching off my data. I agree with the fellow that accused Nigerians of docility. Our government is getting away with every shenanigans because we allow it.
What if they made you apologize for complaining about data reduction? Yeah, what if...
At that point,
what if
Nigerians
I come tomorrow and I'm like, after the show, someone calls me up and says, I have to make you apologize for complaining?
At that point, we're screwed. If that happens, then we should know that we are screwed. There's another word for screwed that you like to put in the gap. Use it.
It's Open Thought Tuesday. How are you?
Jesse, bless you.
It's good to have you. What's your name?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Kevin.
Good afternoon, sir.
Joe Gabriel calling from Lekki. Jesse, number one, it's not a cost. I keep saying it. This is how we will remain till Jesus will come. You know why? Number one, our attitude, our behavior. Our attitude, our behavior. Now, concerning that video, you know, Uncle Jimmy used to say one thing, Joyce, that we should have a system that protects people's job. That is why I'm not surprised when that woman called that lady and start threatening her. You know, because it's all lip service. We know all these things. It's all lip. Everybody want to please the president. Everybody want to be nice to the president so that they can keep their job. Shame. You know, I don't know, Joyce. We are the most shameless human being on this earth.
It depends on who. Maybe that's what you see. It doesn't appear that some other people see it that way. They just think there's some things you should say and some things you shouldn't say.
No, Joyce, let me tell you. You see, I don't know why we are just like that, Joyce. We are like that. We want to. That's why I keep saying people in offices, in government offices, they take a public office as their career. That is the problem in this country. They take the public offices as their career because when they say, okay, you can leave, when they sack them, there's nothing to fall back on. That's why you see a lot of politicians take politics as their career. They want to die there. They don't have shame. They cannot work out because they don't have anything to fall back on, Joyce.
No, you have a bigger problem than that. Well, thank you. No, but you have a bigger problem than that. Best believe. You have a bigger problem than that. But thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it.
You think there's a bigger problem than
you can't see it?
Yeah.
Because that is why we are that's why we are here. We are here today. You think there's a bigger problem
you can't see it? Okay, just go back to sleep then. Thank you for calling.
Just, me, I'm tired though. If you are not tired, me, I'm not tired of our attitude, our behavior. It's so annoying. Very, very annoying.
It's fine.
I love what that lady did. I love what she did, Joyce. She asked her, are you threatening me? Those are the kind of youth. Those are the kind of we want. We want in this country. And God bless Showore for intervening into the matter quickly. God bless Showore for Nigeria. Honestly, Showore is really, really trying for this country. God bless him. Jesse,
thank you so much for calling. I appreciate
a bottle of champagne. Let me get Showore a bottle of champagne. Please, let me thank him very well.
I should. Your bad habits just never end. I should be the one to say Showore a bottle of champagne.
You don't encourage
Skype caller. Hello, welcome, Skype caller.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Abiola from Manchester. Joyce, number one, quickly on this copper stuff. You know, the Yoruba people have these values that characterize us to be omoluabi. The goodwill, the wisdom, the hard working, the honesty, the speaking of the truth. This and respect. Thank you, my sister. These are what make us omoluabi. So for you to ask me to give you respect, then you must have been truthful. You must have shown enough honesty to me. I must have seen your hard work you have put into life that makes you what you are. It's not all these people just coming in from nowhere that they just...
Go ahead.
So they just make money from somewhere we don't know, and then we start giving them a chieftaincy title, and we put them in the front row in the church and our mosque. So if any Yoruba person have not displayed this character and you are expecting me to give him respect, then I am a dump forever. So if Tinubu have not given me all this, nobody should ask me to give him respect. And so if anybody is now coming up today and saying that lady, thank God the lady is not from Southeast. what we are saying now may have been a different issue. That is where these politicians have divided us to. And it's so saddening for me as a Yoruba person that is even coming from my Yoruba people. So if somebody is saying Tinubu is terrible, do we ask ourselves, is it terrible truly? Has it displayed enough wisdom to tackle the problem in Nigeria? Has it displayed enough? What has Tinubu said that he has not reversed in this tenure or in his administration in government? So has he told me enough truth to make me to give him respect? So when people are coming up and saying all these things, I don't understand. And Joyce, these are the things I used to say about this journalist of a thing. Last week, Nation released a report that stated that Natasha has 4 children. That one is from one man, one is from another man, and the remaining 2 was from the present husband. And I was like, what concerns Nation with this thing that they are putting out now? This is the same madness that Nation put out last week about Natasha. This same thing Nigerians is doing to this girl now by saying he is living in big apartment. The girl here is cost. What concerns them with the private life of that young lady? And these are the reasons the country is not moving forward. Joyce, people are talking about, I was using Lebara before, I crossed to 3. In a month, I load about 20 pounds. I will use data. I will call any country, I think apart from US. I am streaming live on 3 television stations, apart from your own now. I'm on YouTube. I'm looking at channels now live. I'm using at TV Central, News Central. I'm looking at Arise. And the thing I will never even use and finish. So before somebody say,
and you do this every day? You do this every day?
I do it every day. Even when I do work. Joy, sometimes I will put my phone inside my pocket. I'm listening to you. The only thing I will not be able to do is that to call. I use my data every day. My laptop is in my front now. I am watching 3 television stations. If you ask me now, I will tell you what they are doing in channels. I will tell you what they are doing in Arise. I will tell you what they are doing in News Central. And I will call directly, not that I will call on WhatsApp. I can call anybody in UK. I can call anybody in Ireland. I can call anybody in Canada. Maybe in US that they need to charge me or anything. But anywhere in Europe, I call on my line, not even on WhatsApp. Not on WhatsApp. I do anything with that 20 pounds in a month. I do anything with that 20 pounds that I want to do. If I want to download, if I like, make I download from now every day, download 24/7 every day. It does not change anything. So we are just they are just taking us down every day. And the saddest part of it is that you will see people who will come online and to support this nonsense. It is same Tinubu's government that was this Tinubu that is here today, under him that was calling the president of a country all manner Nebuchadnezzar, all manners of names, and nothing happened to them. But today they don't want people to talk. And when people tell them the truth, one of his aides was saying that lady need to be what is the language now? Is it to be killed because he's working one of it. Yeah. When you say court martial something, go and check.
Court martial, okay, not killed though.
Yeah. That because he's
as NYC
because
member.
He's working. I've forgotten his name now. I've forgotten the name of that aide now.
Okay.
Was saying this nonsense.
Oh.
Because somebody said Tinubu is terrible. Is this government terrible? The big answer is yes. And if anybody does not understand that, then they can go and use themselves to shock his vehicle. But to me, the only thing that I did not agree with the lady is to say the whole Lagos is smelling. There could be places in Lagos that may not be smelling. But it's Lagos smelling, it's some part in Lagos smelling. Anyway, that will be an answer to people who are living there. So, but all this, I don't understand some of these things. I don't get it. people will start and these are the reasons I used to like dislike journalists in Nigeria. That's why I dislike, because this madness started
today. Why are we guilty? What have we done?
I just told you, go and check Nation newspaper what they released last week about Natasha.
That's Nation, not journalists.
That's
no, Joyce. Joyce.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You yourself know this thing. Okay, let me take you again.
I mean, I know what that was intended for, but it was a very silly move because Nigerian men have children all over the place. I don't see what the intent was except to give her bad press.
But I think you people in journalism should have a way of stopping some of this madness. Because to me, it's okay.
I'm not a regulatory body.
Exactly.
And then again, news is what you can make of it. I mean, it's also news that somebody has apologized for saying Lagos smells. Then the news can be the Lagos smell.
No, but my point is that I tell my friend who are priests, if you commit any error as priest, don't tell me that it is the devil, because you should be above the devil.
Yeah, but I want you to also understand that it's not my jurisdiction to govern what they say. They want to make news so they can fabricate news. And I guess if it's within the law, then they can do what they can to manipulate a narrative. It's actually called the manipulation of narrative. Yes, and so they can do that.
So if they do that, is it
ethical? No.
Is it ethical? Yeah.
No, it's not. But they know that there are people who like stuff like that, and they know that it would cause or stir public reaction, and that's exactly what they want for their news to trend, for their story to be talked about.
But it's sad as a matter of reality for me, because I don't know what my personal life have to do.
But that's one of many. You have to even understand that here, I'm even trying to extract a psychological implication of what our actions or our reaction to an action says about who we are. And then this is even a bigger burden for me, because I wish that we can see that we are the creators of our own problem. And while we are busy praying for Nigeria to change, there should be no God, from the least of the gods to the most, none should answer our prayers. We're all jokers. We're manipulators, we're liars, and if something is not to our advantage, we don't want the other person to win. I think we should just stay the way we are.
I just think everybody is just waiting for his own time to come. Then when it comes, even if you have been saying, I am honest, I am a good person, I don't steal, then you come into the office, then steal your own and go. I think that is where we have just reached where we have just reached as a country. And for me, it's very sad. These are the reasons some of us felt that we don't. If everything come to normal, I don't want to leave Nigeria.
Because I don't think there are Lagosians who do not think that Lagos smells. And so, would it be that their opinion is ethnic, biased?
No.
Is it not a truth?
See, that is what I'm saying. But you know, Joyce, you can't tell me. You can't tell me now that everywhere in your station now is that news is coming from everywhere in your station.
I don't even think that. So when people say Lagos smells, I don't think that they mean everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. That is where I am. You know, when you say Lagos, everybody, you are bringing emotion, bringing Korodu, bringing but if you have specified to say Korodu is smelling, you know, it may look sensible for me.
Okay, so basically you also have a problem with the Lagos smells, meaning that she should have said, some places in Lagos smell.
Most places in Lagos.
Good. Yeah. Then she has apologized.
I agree with that.
Move on.
Because I don't believe every places in Lagos will be smelling. But if a particular place is smelling truly, the government should come there, and it should not be the time to
it would appear
the
government is overwhelmed at this point, because the way they put it is they say something like
they are overwhelmed because they are instead for them working for people, they prefer to work for their pocket. And a lot of money that the government is making go to individual pocket, and that is why the place has become
we're going to quickly go off on a break. Okay, thank you. We're going to quickly go off a break.
Thank you.
After this.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Grand Battle 4 with Femi and the gang. The 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
And Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Suleiman is 11. He rolls a tire under the bridge in Akwonjo. Doesn't go to school. Everybody knows him as the boy that draws under the bridge. We find Suleiman, get him to lead him to his mom, take us to their house, dusty drawer with cobwebs. They open it. Some of Suleiman's paintings, she was smart enough to keep them. Took about 3 or 4 of them, brought them to the gallery. Now, Suleiman will go to school, send his siblings to school. That's story of patronage. Yeah.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
It all comes down to this: weeks of fierce debate, sharp argument, and unshakable confidence. Now, only the best remain. This Wednesday at 4 p.m., 2 rising stars step into the ring. Akishule Oyindamola and Chaluku Naomi clashing on the topic: cash transactions are more reliable than cashless transactions. Who will stand their ground? Who will falter? Then, on Thursday, the grand finale. The I Beg to Differ studio opens at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and at 4 p.m. it's the ultimate showdown. Esther Joseph goes up against Ifeolu Olaiya on the topic: President Bola Tinubu has demonstrated he is the right leader for Nigeria. But they're not done yet. At 5 p.m., these 2 world warriors return, this time to deliver a powerful presentation on the topic: the Nigerian woman. It's not just a battle of words, it's a test of intellect, passion, and oratory prowess. Who will rise? Who will take the crown? One champion will emerge. Be there. Witness history. I Beg to Differ final week live Wednesday and Thursday. Tune in live on Nigeria Info 99.3 and Kids FM 101.7 Lagos. And watch the action unfold on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. I Beg to Differ, supported by Obiwisi, Diamonds and Pearl Travels Limited, and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Hollywood College. I Beg to Differ, the tournament of champions.
Hi, e dey tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Naija yogurt. Abeg, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Abeg, go Jollimento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Naija yogurt.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This one is from where? London? Good afternoon, Joyce. I am splendid, commenting from London. My sister, please, Lagos smells real badly. I visited Lagos, Ikeja, and some other places. I told my brother that everywhere smells. This is not to disparage anyone, but a call for action. Lagos is a center of excellence. Please, the governor should paint all the bridges in Lagos to make the city beautiful. Also, chase all those people living under the bridge and landscape them. Get waste bins like what we have here and plant them everywhere to be evacuated 3 times daily. We need Eko to be beautiful. That's my pride when we talk about Nigeria. Eko Onibaje. Thank you.
I mean, it's supposed to be a city hub. Now, if it's a city hub, doesn't mean it has to be dirty. Doesn't mean it has to smell.
Don't say that.
Don't. If some parts of Lagos smell, it's because and people are agreeing, it's because it actually does smell.
This is
not a tribal thing.
The previous one was a Nigerian in London. This is another Nigerian from Accra. I've been saying it here. Whenever I come to Lagos, the odor gets into me. is that dirty or not? I think people in Lagos might not perceive it that much because they live in
it. No, it's true. He's not wrong. I mean, someone in a cab that came from youth call service from another state was covering her nose when she was passing through 7-Up. Everybody agrees that 7-Up smells. What's happening there?
He says, I only just left Lagos last night. Oh, you left Lagos last night to Accra?
Yeah, congratulations.
I guess that's a good thing. Last December, I visited 4 states. Calabar is fresh and clean air to breathe in.
Clean air, yeah.
Simply put, Lagos has an offensive odor, and it's not far-fetched. So many canals, unclean gutters, and heavy dumps of uncleared refuse. So this is Chris. Thank you for...
I think that's an eye-opener in a way.
I think we know what the issues are. And I know that if we are serious as a state, that we can work towards fixing the problem, or at least reducing this. Bring about a better.
It can't happen in one day, but
I would
can
even
make
say
effort.
like establish like recycle. I think what we need to get going in this country is recycling. You see all these plastics that we
Just
can recycle them.
Somewhere.
We can make new bottles out of them. We can make new bags out of them. Recycling, like maybe a close by state, I'm not sure, or somewhere not too far, recycling the waste that comes out of Lagos, that can create employment in that state. And then rather than having these plastics lay around and cause nuisance for us, we're reusing them, given that they're not degradable. We get them back, clean them up, recycle them, and bring about new recycling. I think I said this the last time we had this conversation. Recycling can be something that can save Lagos dirt. We can even create energy. We can create alternative sources of energy from all of this waste. But nope, we shouldn't say it because someone is going to be mad.
It's too much for us to say.
Well, it does quite appear that there is a collective, consensus on this whole data thing. I think Nigerians... I think there isn't any Nigerian that's not complaining about data, which is honestly surprising when, maybe this is my first realization of the extent to which this whole data thing is an actual Nigerian problem. Okay, I'm going to get back to the telephone line. Skype, just a moment. Hello, you're on the Sunny Side. Thank you very much.
Hello, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. I can hear you. I'm with you. Skype, just a minute. One after the other. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
My comment is just a digression from my name is Grandma Victoria from Lagos Island. I appreciate the supportive role Kemi is giving to you. She should know when to stop and when to continue, joining you in the discussion. It's making it all so boring. She's always interjecting. When we want to learn from you, she will want to push our own comments at the same time. She should learn to know her limits when you are handling a discussion, please. We learn a lot. You are a legend, and we want to be learning from you all the time. I'm sorry, Kemi, I don't have any biased mind, but, just take it to know when to stop, when you should stop. Don't give it as if you are taking over the program from Joyce. Please. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. Okay. Skype caller.
I'm just going to skip.
Hello, the Sunny Side.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. What's your name?
Auntie Joy, good
Go
afternoon.
Ahead.
Auntie Joy, I just want to tell you something. Since I was born in this country, I'm 45 years now. Nigerian government have never benefited anything to be as a citizen of this country. Auntie Joy, when I was in Algeria, let me tell you something. Algeria, Janet, there is a state called Janet in Algeria. They arrest us in desert. I was trying to escape through desert to Europe. That was 2000. They take us to their cell, to their prison. After judging us, they take us to their prison. Auntie Joy, do you know the way these people treat us? Auntie Joy, they feed me as if I'm in my father's house. In the morning, they will give me rice. In the afternoon, they will give me beans. In the night, they will give me tea and bread. The next day, they will give me tea in the morning. In the afternoon, they will give me chicken, full chicken. We are many. Nigeria are many there. And so when we are there, they ask us which work do you really like to learn. I learned Baba in Nigeria prison. Janet. I learned how to barb hair in 6 months when I was there. The day they want to send us, they want to deport us back to Nigeria. I was crying. I was telling them, say, no, allow me to be in this prison. I said, allow me to be in this prison, please. They said no. They said no. They must take us back to our country. One of us was crying. Many people are learning furniture. Many people are learning how to repair radio. Different type of job in that prison. I think if you see me, I fast. If you see my way, I say, God, inside prison, I'm living like a king. I think people need to travel out and see that we are slaves in our own country. We are suffering in Nigeria. I praise Nigeria government.
I've lost him. I've lost him. Someone said to me that he traveled through the desert and he was arrested in Tunisia, a Nigerian, and he said that he was put in prison. Well, he said he was put in a place where they stored asylum, illegal migrants, something like that. Okay. And he told me, and his best experience was the food. He said it was how they were fed. He said they were fed. He said that he drank milk, that they gave him milk every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's a prison in Venice. The prison has a job system where the prisoners create cosmetics. So you go to school, you learn how to make cosmetics, and the prison makes cosmetics for some of the top Venice hotels. So you go to a hotel where you're paying $2,000, $3,000 a night, and your cosmetics, your soap, is made by prisoners.
Crazy.
You're on the sunny side. Welcome, 99.3 Nigeria Info. 37 minutes past 2 p.m. It should not be said what we know, but at this point, I think for what the psychological revelation is, someone should make you apologize. For this, at least for this data one, for what it's worth, at least for me.
Okay.
I like to come tomorrow and be like, well, so Nigerians, you would need to apologize for raising your voices and saying that data is being stolen from your phone.
Never say that again.
Apologize or we shut down the mast.
Bam.
The sunny side, Nigeria Info. Hello, how are you? Good afternoon, if you can hear me, that is.
Hello, Joy. This is Shadi from Ijegun.
Welcome, Shadi.
Okay, what I will say is that concerning the ladies, what's it called, summit, she can only say parts of Lagos are smelling, because I am a personal witness to it. Go to Tinumbu on Lagos Island. That's Tinumbu Square. All the surroundings are smelling of wee-wee. Of urea. People defecate anywhere they like. As you are passing by, maybe you are entering the central Lagos market, it is smelly. Go to, Ijegun Ikotun, because I've lived on Lagos Island for like 30-something years before I got married and moved to Ikotun axis. Go to Gate by Jakonde, as if you are coming to Ijegun. You see that the market women, they drop their refuse at the middle of the road and everywhere smells. In the past, there used to be incinerators where people can actually dump their refuge, but all these things are no more there. So people just indiscriminately drop refuse, while some people wee-wee here and there. Some even put poo-poo on the road pathway where people will pass. So parts of Lagos stinks. I can testify to that.
You know,
So
this thing you
government
have
should
said,
look at
you know,
this
like,
area
pardon
and
me,
see what they can do.
Do you know that people are also complaining that the island, like VI, Ikoyi, also stinks?
Yeah.
Like, if I told you that, would you even believe me? These are just reports. This is not even my opinion.
VI, some parts that's where you have their gutter not cleared, they also smell.
So,
Please,
this is not even
government should look into this. Yes,
Okay.
she's not lying, but the only issue is that it's not the entire Lagos that smell. Some particular areas does. If government can have even uniform people stationed at those areas, whoever
hold on a second.
or we on those areas are arrested and persecuted, it will.
Okay. But you see, you can't prosecute someone who peed on the way when there isn't a toilet. So if a Shagun wants to pee and there isn't a toilet,
what's it called? There are some public toilets.
I have asked on this show.
It may not be enough. It may not be enough, but you know there are public toilets.
Yeah, but you just said it's not enough. So let's say I have asked before, where are the places we have toilets? Because I wanted to announce it to the people who would rather use the
Okay,
streets.
I'll give you on WhatsApp. I will do a draft of where you can find public toilets and let you know.
Thank you. So at least we just announce to the public. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank God.
The Sunny WhatsApp? Oh, WhatsApp is a lot. Okay, after this caller, we go to WhatsApp. Hello, the Sunny Side. I'm really trying here. Hello, you're on the Sunny Side. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Paul.
Welcome, Paul. Good to have you.
Yeah, coming to the lake, the part of Lagos smelling or not smelling. I'm an illegal driver.
Okay.
Yes, and practically every part of Lagos stinks.
Every part of Lagos, what, please? The line is.
I think it stinks.
Because
every part of Lagos stinks. Okay.
Yeah, I drive. Every part has their own unique smell.
The line is
One particular smell or the other. If you go to Ajegule, they go to BI, they go to Ikoyi, go to Lekki, they smell differently. The thing is that Lagos smells. Let's call it spade a spade. Let's stop being I would have put a big bigotry about everything. And Lagos smells. Every part of Lagos has a unique smell. It's part of a smell. If you're coming from other Lagos to Ojota, when you enter Lagos, you will see that the atmosphere changes.
All right.
The smell changes. It's like from Ojota upwards to inner Lagos, everywhere smells. That's my take. There's nothing like part of Lagos, some parts of smell. Everywhere smells in Lagos.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. WhatsApp. Skype caller, please. I beg you. Please, Skype caller. Kemi. Skype caller, I beg you, please.
This person says, the man talking about settings doesn't know what he's talking about. Nigerians should not dabble into every conversation because they want to have an opinion. Don't people in the UK have the app too? The billing rate has been adjusted higher and it's sickening. I have worked with a telecom company and I know what's up.
Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody from Lekki. Wait, you work with the Telecom. Can you confirm to me that this is a deliberate act to exploit the people? Because that WhatsApp sounds like yes. No, is it? You want me to say it with all my teeth? Go ahead.
So this person says, what's this message? Joyce, well done for your good work. Airtel and MTN are the worst networks ever. Okay. This person says, all are busy crying for data while the government is laughing at everyone because we cannot go to the internet and because of high data costs, and that's the plan. Wake up, Nigerians, and think, well, then fight for your right.
Someone from Italy saying that he pays 15 euros monthly for 200 gig and doesn't even use 150 gig every month. You're in Italy. I don't see how you are in this conversation. Why? Thank you for your message.
I'm appealing to the federal government to do something about this telecommunications ripping us off our data. It's totally unacceptable and signed as an executive order to end both the price of data and also expensive foodstuffs in the country. We've not even gone to foodstuff. This person says Nigerians are ridiculous. Everyone who lives in Lagos knows the difference between cleanliness between Fashola and when Fashola was governor and this present government. So some saw the threads in December from people who came into Lagos for the holidays and about how smelly Lagos is. We didn't get this kind of uproar then. Okay, lovely. This person says, when Labour called for protests, asking for their people to switch off their phones in protest, same people complaining turned their backs on Labour. Nigerians, no balance, Biko. Okay. This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. As a matter of fact, just this morning, my wife subscribed data of 56 gig, and just for her to share with me, she was told that the package can be shared without the terms and conditions attached. Back in 2015, when I was in London, I used unlimited data, and when I returned to Lagos, I visited MTN office in Ikeja to give me unlimited data, and they were looking at me as if it was French I spoke. Joyce, nothing was here, and it's very painful to the marrow. Telecoms, electricity, energy, fuel, infrastructure, schools, hospitals, security, and absolutely zero.
All right, I have to say, we have to go off on a break. We're Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Thank you for your commentary and for your commitment to the show. I'll see you tomorrow when the sun rises. Our next program is here.
It's another super special time on radio where we'll be discussing our finances and
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.